Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. Yeah, I have to greet you this way because, a lot of time has passed and this is the week of redos. We are redoing stuff a lot this time. I still have the sun set to a lot faster pace, I would say. Let me see. Yeah, that is right. It is Tuesday today, and I'm redoing the last two episodes, so the Thursday and Friday episode. I did some more work on not only on the sensor, but also on the timer stuff, and I was not satisfied with it, and I could spend my time a lot better than this, I would say. The only thing I can say is the sensor, the solar tracker doesn't work at the moment. I hope that changes over time and we can use that thing to to really use these big solar panels. That would be a cool thing. I still want to work with this option. I don't know if I showed that to you yet, but I think I will do some work with the oxygen farms and make a ring out of oxygen farms around this central axis and then kind of have them on there so that it doesn't matter where the sun is. It always shines on the oxygen farms, and we get oxygen that way. But now we go back to the station because in the meantime I decided some stuff and I made some tests regarding my FPS and all that stuff. I found that we need to clear the area a bit, and we will talk while we are doing that. Yesterday I made the test where I made a new world, just asteroids, unlimited world with a greater view distance, even a 20-kilometer view distance. And when I started it and it was empty, I got around 150 FPS. That's an FPS number I would murder someone for in in this world. I think I will never be able to get that again. And then I made the test to spawn in ships because I used it to test the sensor, and again I can tell you it doesn't work. Let me see it again here. It's bad. I will be back in a second. Sorry for the short break, but I made tests and I spawned into this nearly empty world. There only was a solar panel, the sensor, one block, and a rotor. I always want to say rotator. A rotor. I spawned into this world. I spawned 25 of my attack ships, the one I used to. I will show that to you in a second. I used to attack the ships that are flying around in space, and that worked out fairly well. And I brought the FPS down to 50 or so. From around 150, I brought it down to 50. So I thought, let's test out what I can do and how far I have to be away from the ships to get stable FPS again. Because I thought maybe it has to do with where's the turtle? Down there. It has to do with being too close to the ships, maybe having how's it called? The view distance maybe is a factor that comes into play there. So what does it mean when I get away from the ship and I leave the view distance of the ship? And I tested that by flying away from it. And the fun part is that when I flew into a certain direction, I got around 140 FPS, 100, let's say 130, 120 FPS. But when I looked to the place where the ships were, the FPS dropped again to the 40 or 45 FPS. I was moving that normally does something there too. And I flew away and away and away. And I thought after 20 the FPS would go up, and they did. After 20, after I left the view distance, the FPS went up to around 80, and the farther I got away from it, the more the FPS went up. So now the thing about this is that it always stayed relatively low. That's a thing that really surprised me, because I thought when the view distance is gone, the ships shouldn't be loaded in or something like that, but they stayed in. So all the time when I looked into the direction of the ships, the FPS dropped around 30 or so. And when I looked into the flying distance, or the distance, not the distance, into the direction I was flying into, it fudge. I need to change that definitely. Come on. The FPS, again, the FPS were higher when I didn't look into the direction of the ships. And then I said, let's test out how far do I have to go away. And then I built a jump ship, a small jump ship. And let's say it that way. 2,000 kilometers was still too close. So even 2,000 kilometers away from the ships still influenced the FPS. And so I decided we need to clean up. I will destroy most of the ships that we have here, and we will build new ones. Because our big problem is we cannot bringing them to a different place or so will not work. We always will have the problem that they are loaded in or something like that, and then we still get FPS problems just because we look into the wrong direction. And let's say that way, that's not what I want to have. So we will go clean up stuff and maybe demolish some of our ships. I don't need the attack ship anymore, and I don't need don't know, this, for example. The Mr. Erling will hopefully not be too angry if I also delete the ship we built together. I could also just cut them out of the game, but then I would lose the... Oh, no. Then I would lose the materials, and that's a thing I wouldn't like. So I will cut them all down and hopefully have some materials then that I can use. Maybe I make a copy of it before. I could try to do that. Let me see. I hope I didn't damage the turtle now. I have the feeling and I have the high hopes that disabling all the ships, destroying them, will bring back at least some of the FPS I lost. It is the ships, and yeah, again, it is not, the solution is not to gravel. I don't care for gravel. Let's take out all this, bring that over to the turtle, clean up. We need to clean up the area, and we will only keep a few of the ships. So maybe the drills. I definitely will keep the Duchessa. I will keep the drones. I hope that small ships are not too bad for us here. I hope that it is more the big ships that make trouble. And I want to clean that up. Oh, if I have to transport all that stuff over now by hand, I wouldn't like that. Do we have more in this ship? Oh yeah. It has a connector, so we could connect it back to the... We could connect it back to the station. I think we will do that, and I will go first and destroy this one. And if we lose items, then it's not my problem. We will just lose them. I don't care. But I at least want to have the building material back that I had here. So, again, I hope that at least a few of the FPS come back then. The stations also make problems, but as far as I think, the stations are not too bad, because they are, yeah, they are stations. They are stationary in space, and I hope that it is mostly the things that need, don't know, physics that, yeah, influence the FPS. We will see. But again, I will begin the big cleanup here. This one was a failed experiment. Anyways, I can tell you about the ships. That's a neat thing. This is an automatic drill I built, but its main feature that it anchors to the asteroid, that was a big fail, because the sensors don't work the way I thought they would work, and so I was never able to really finish it and have it work. And the physics most of the time made the work here anyways bad, because the drill got destroyed multiple times. What I'm destroying here is the only thing that really worked, and that was a nice feature, is the stone, the trash can kind of. So the part of the ship where stone gets processed and catapulted into space with a gravity cannon. But it seems we don't have energy here anymore, and so it is done for anyways. Yeah, too bad. Too bad. Let me give you a bit of light so you can at least see what I have here. These are the gravity generators that surround the connector. The connector is set to throw out, and when the gravity generators are turned on, they add up, and I had, I think, 12 or so. That makes 12 Gs of acceleration for the stone. Or 8, don't know. I just broke them up and I didn't count how many I had. But 12 Gs of acceleration is a lot. So that was a neat thing to have, to see how the stone just flew out there and disappeared. You can, by the way, you can also use that as a cannon for ships if you want. And can use, don't know, mass blocks, cannons, whatsoever. And this makes sense. They crush a ship good. Ah, that's a lot of material. That's a lot of material we get back here. Good thing. Again, I shouldn't delete them, just delete them. I will maybe do that. I'm not sure. You will have to tell me what I should do with the red ship and with the drone carrier. Because the drone carrier kind of lost its purpose after I got the Duchessa. And I might just kind of delete him and make a blueprint out of him. Delete him, and if I need him back, I just spawn him back in, and then I don't feel too bad about just spawning that thing back in. But you will have to tell me. I will wait with the red ship, the destruction of the red ship and the destruction of the drone carrier for your opinion. You will have to tell me what I should do with them. These, I know these are hard measures, kind of, because this is a lot of work I've put into some of these ships, and I'm not too happy. But again, for me, it is now all about finding a solution for my problems here. And now that I know that the solution is not in getting better gear, it could be in getting better gear, but I already got better gear to at least fix the problem that recording made for me. So that recording space engineers, made it even worse because I told the story to you that having a recording software in the background makes everything worse. Getting rid of that was a good solution, and so I already got gear for that. I will not buy a new graphics card where the game doesn't use up my graphics card. So I told that to you earlier, that second... Sorry. I told that to you earlier that I made tests and saw that my whole computer is... the hardware in my computer is not getting used up by space engineers, so it cannot be a hardware issue. It must be something else. One thing I'm also considering is renewing my whole computer at one point. I might do that. So wiping the hard drive, downloading everything anew, saving all my game files and all that stuff, and hope that that renewing the software also gives me a bit of the power of my system back. I got a comment about yeah, maybe starting a new world, and that's not what I want to do. It sounds stubborn, but again, the game doesn't use my hard drive. Doesn't use my hardware. Why should I make a new game every few episodes? Don't know. And maybe at one point they decide to optimize the game. And then I have left my world, my baby here, and yeah, kind of gave in to the problems I have here, and maybe completely unnecessary. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that to give up that fast just because the game is not. Oh no. What the? Oh, okay. There was still iron in there and stone. Floating objects. I am allowing only 18 floating objects. So I hope they will vanish at one point. No problem. Oh no. Oh no. More damage? No. Only the grinders. Good. That's a good time to make a break. Why am I getting so slow? Okay, I will have to repair that and then I will come back to you.